This is Pastors Live, a Rev FM production podcast. Join Pastors Dave, Ty, and Shane for a fresh, fun, and often unpredictable take on faith, the Bible, and the world around us.
Hey everybody, it's Pastors Live, and we have some wonderful people here in the studio today. It is Thursday, December 4th, and it's official. I don't have to mow my lawn anymore. So,
right?
So did you get one last mow in before the snow? Did you?
You know, I was praying for snow.
You were just praying for snow instead?
I was believing for snow,
Believing
so I
for
did
snow.
not mow it one last. I needed it.
Believing, I
Trust
like
me.
that, Dave.
Yeah.
I was declaring snow. Is that how they say it around here?
No.
We have all these people, they declare everything. I declare snow, Lord. I declared it for 4 weeks. And
Yeah, well, God in His own timing, right? So we got Dave here today.
Hey, God bless you guys.
Gary's here in the studio.
Hi, Pastors.
I'm Ty. I'm
Hey,
here,
Gary
but we
Bear.
also have Paul here today.
Hey, Paul.
And Paul
Not
is
Verhoeven.
Not
Paul
Verhoeven.
Baker.
Yeah, Paul Baker.
Paul
and your exact role in the Chamber of Commerce? To
I
make
am
sure
the president and
That's
CEO.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I just
no,
wanted to
wait.
got that right. So.
My notes, I've got it right here. My notes say that your official title is head hog at the trough, top dog, big cheese. That's not you? Big kahuna?
I would say I go by not many titles. I would go by "Hey You." That's just good by me. You know,
and judging from that brogue, you're not from around these parts.
I am not. I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
Had a kid.
originally. Yeah.
Had a kid. Nice.
See, and Shane's not here today.
I'm a
so
thoroughbred.
Shane Schmain. We got Paul.
Yeah, Paul's here today. So yeah, we're keeping the Irish balance in the room on that high level. But how long have you been in the States?
4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of came here as a leap of faith, really. Never been here before until I literally stepped off the plane and landed in Idaho Falls and just felt that we needed to be here, and here we are.
Oh well, we're glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And it's been fun to get to know you, and I know that for you, we just obviously we just had the mayoral runoff here in our local community, and we were encouraging people, hey, get out, vote, be part of that because as Christians, that's a big deal as Christians because. When you read through the New Testament, they didn't have a say who ruled them.
Right.
And they're and of course they're like, hey, pray for these leaders and the kings and the rulers, pray for them, and submit to them.
Right.
But in our culture, we have the ability to stand up and say, hey, I don't like that. I like this, and I feel like this fits my faith and my walk better.
Right.
And I know, for you, that walking that thin line between, because I know for me, I want to be very, very careful as well.
Sure.
And so I for you, is it kind of, how is that? It's over now.
Well,
you move on to the next thing.
It is over. We can
so.
move on. But as soon as we knew that the election obviously was coming up, I was already thinking about what does December 3rd look like.
Right.
What does the day after the election look like?
Yeah.
Because politics can be very divisive, and we have in some areas lost the knack and the ability to have good civic discourse.
Oh, absolutely.
Without, people getting offended. And so my kind of goal this last election cycle was to try and do to the best of my ability, emulate what good civic discussion should look like.
And some of the stuff you did was so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You did a
Right.
great job, by the way.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
You
that.
did. You did a
Absolutely.
wonderful job.
So
finding that middle
Thank you. I
ground to
appreciate that.
have conversations. I know, but I'm curious for me, and this is maybe something you can answer better because you work in that world where I don't. What's when you have people that don't live here, that aren't part of our community, investing in who's going to lead our community? I don't understand that. Is that just part of normal politics now to get, hey, the big guy to give the name, or is there something that I'm missing that I don't understand fully about the political world? Because it's very possible, because I don't live in that world at all.
right.
I just don't.
So I guess my answer to that is that if there's outside influence coming into this region, it's either because they see that this region is ripe for investment, or the other end of that sort of spectrum is that we don't really want it to become anything than what it already is. That there's the spectrum that exists, and there's people that sort of are on different ends of that spectrum to different
So you could have somebody from the outside investing in a local election because they see an investment opportunity. And then you
Yeah.
could also see somebody from the outside investing in an election saying, I just don't want it to change.
Yeah.
Because I like to visit there or whatever.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you will get, folks, and I've seen it, over this last year mostly, where we've had, especially kind of related to a lot of our growing industries, influential, folks from different parts of the country that want to bring, employees and set their businesses up in this region. And so they want the status quo because it's predictable.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So there's a bit of that. I'm not saying that's the entire reason why that is. I do also believe that there are people out there with, alternative motives too. Like, it's hard to kind of read that sometimes. Sure. But at the face value of it, and the conversations that I have in my role as the CEO of the Chamber, my focus is always on protecting our economy, and making sure that the quality of life that we have here is protected and preserved. Kind of our kind of motto is you build strong businesses, you build strong community.
Right.
And you kind of work with those businesses to work with their employees to make sure that they're all taken care of the right way, and that we continue to preserve and thrive and grow. Right. But do so in a way that's managed and aligns with our sensibilities around what community should not just look like, but feel like.
Right.
So with that in mind, Paul, if you don't mind me asking, since you work with the local businesses, you work with civic leaders, what do you think are both the biggest opportunities and the biggest challenges right now for Idaho Falls? In terms of your world.
So
business.
Honestly, like, opportunity-wise, our innovation that's happening here in this region is phenomenal, and it's not just all related to the lab. Actually, so we're seeing lots of innovation within the agricultural industry, lots of technology and refinement that's happening there to make them, again, more process-driven, data-driven, managing water the right way. And looking at other ways in which to harvest crops, get greater yields, all those things. There's lots of science that's involved in that industry. Tourism is our third fastest growing sector. Right. And again, we're seeing ways in which we're trying to break down barriers and obstacles for tourists to have an obstruction-free experience. And we're kind of also seeing a shift from Idaho Falls being the gateway to Yellowstone to being the actual destination. And so what can we do?
Find it here. A lot of people come here just to go to Water Springs.
Well, that is awesome.
and to meet Paul Baker.
They're
running around downtown saying, "Where's Paul Baker?"
Where's our token Irish guy?
I hear it all the time.
I don't know.
Token Irish guy.
Well, what do you think is the biggest challenge for business in Idaho Falls?
Infrastructure and talent pools. So, our infrastructure obviously is a challenge, and we've obviously seen steady growth, and that brings problems, right? But also, like, our talent pool, our education. We need to find ways to bridge our industries and education and have them come together to collaborate, better. And it's almost like that analogy, an ice hockey analogy. It's like you skate to where the puck is going to be, right? And so that's kind of how education needs to be.
I'm a baseball guy, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah. do your hockey thing.
I need to say that because I
we'll roll. It's okay. Gary
great.
and I will hang with you. We'll be all right.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I just got pushed out of the conversation. Thanks, Paul.
Oh, dear. Yeah,
you're welcome to use the hockey analogy.
Yes,
Thank
of course.
you.
We'll get over it.
I could go to football, soccer.
Right? Always. There you go.
Or soccer.
Move toward the ball.
Exactly. Like, there is a way to kind of predict things, and at least, in terms of gather information that you need and start predicting where you need to be. And the only way that happens is by getting people in a room together and talking and collaborating. Right. So we need to do that with industry and education. And CEI actually here at the College of Eastern Idaho actually does a really great job of that.
Right.
And we've got a great president there in Lori Barber. Rick Amon before her also did a phenomenal job. Really trying to look at ways in which they can identify where we're lacking in terms of talent and where we can make the investment as a community college to help fill that need. And so you're starting to see, the nursing programs, anything related to the lab, is they're coming together and talking to one another and saying, these are the kind of graduates we need ready to come into the workforce, which is exactly what we need.
Real quick, for people who may not know, who are out of the area, the lab means Idaho National Laboratories, and it's a big nuclear laboratory here, and they're one of the largest, maybe the largest employer in our area.
They are. They contribute. We have an $11 billion economy here, and they contribute about $4 billion annually of economic impact to this region.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Something not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, no, and I really appreciate. I appreciate what you're saying. You create, the idea of creating, healthy community. Like for us, it's a little bit different. We talk about
that's our business.
Because healthy marriages create healthy families. Healthy families create healthy churches. Healthy churches create healthy communities.
Love that.
And it's kind of that. It's almost the same.
We're all moving toward the puck.
We're all moving towards the puck. Yeah, exactly. We're all moving. Yeah, that was good, Dave. That was way to bring that one around. And so we're all kind of trying to move in that same direction. And I know that. I think for us, for me, what's really difficult, and I think for some people, when it comes to local, national elections, runoffs, is kind of just when things get dark, and that's really hard when things become negative and they become dark, and I followed up with Jeff and Lisa and their conversation with. On 107, and their very civil conversation, right. But it was like, is there a reason for you, like when you look at now things in our political world, and especially even at a local level, when things get dark or get negative, or they start doing the iffies thing, and they start making, the fear mongering to control people, what does that do for you, like as a community leader? You're like, hey guys, this is not, we're just creating tension that now is stuck. Now you have this side, that side that we've now created it wasn't long-term issues. Right. Now these are long-term issues. These are now conversations going to happen for the next term. Right. Like all this, well, what if, or what about that?
Because it goes beyond December 3rd.
Because it goes way beyond, And so now this is kind of the new normal. But it seems like that the tension in the community doesn't seem healthy to me.
I agree with you. So how do I kind of tackle that as a leader? First, like personally, prayer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is a huge kind of. I mean, I don't start the day without, recognizing God in my life, and I ask Him every day to make sure that I am ready and able to be an instrument in His hands. Then I also have to sort of recognize that there is contention. And that there is really only one thing that really enjoys contention. And so the answer to that is light. And so what light can I bring through the role that I have in the community to disperse that darkness?
Yeah, it's like almost if if all of us just made the choice to be kind.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's almost too easy. But what if everybody just chose to be kind?
Yeah, and it's like I kind of posted this thing. I was just kind of reflecting on a study that I had in the Bible. You've got the mustard seed analogy. That really all it takes is something that's small. If you something that small can really grow and blossom into something tremendous and miraculous. Right. And so we can just make even just a mustard seed's worth of effort. We can see miracles happen. Oh, yeah. And the darkness can be dispelled and the light can shine brightly. Yeah. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day as well. He was saying, how do you manage this? How do you kind of navigate now coming out of a divisive election process? And I said, well, we're kind of lucky and blessed that this actually has taken place in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It gives us the vehicle that we need to really shift our mindset.
Almost immediately.
And it's almost like reason why Catholic Ireland put St. Patrick's Day in the middle of Lent. Genius move. Right?
We need a break.
We needed a break. 40 days? Are you kidding
40
me?
days? Come on.
Yeah, get me out of here. Yeah.
Okay, so now I want to now I want to go to Ireland for St. Paddy's Day. Now I
Everybody wants to go to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day.
yeah. It's like, well, I know Dave, you and Sylvia like to go at Christmas time.
We do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, and you're not going this year.
We're not going this year.
year.
It was a conscious decision based on some relationship with Israel, and so this year we're doing something completely radically different. But we're already scheduled for next year. In fact, I was just chatting with Sean Tebby, the pastor at Calvary Chapel in Sligo, and I got to preach there last year.
Oh, that's cool.
At Calvary Sligo. Yeah, it's my family on my dad's side's from County Sligo, and Sylvia, my wife, her bloodline goes through Mayo, so we're West Coasters.
Yeah.
So, well, we still love you, Paul.
Oh no! Well, my
we enjoy
mother's
spending
family
time
all
with you,
come
but,
from that whole area.
and
Mayo,
yet you
Sligo,
found yourself
Mayo.
on the east side.
I do. I landed on the east side.
Are you the black sheep of the family?
I sure am.
But do you
I
serve?
lean into it.
And you lean. That's good. And you lean into it. No, that's really, really
We've
good.
only got a few minutes left here, and I have two questions I want to ask you. One I'm going to save till the very end. Ty and I talked about it earlier.
Yeah, very,
It's a
very
important question. But right before that, just in a minute or two, what can churches in the faith community in Idaho Falls, how can we partner with the chamber and local businesses to bless our city and to kind of unify? Because it was a pretty contentious race.
I love that question. I think the greatest thing that we can do, and the great thing that most churches do, is actually host a lot of wonderful events. And we have the means in which to communicate and talk about those events through our chamber network. And we represent almost 800 businesses.
Isn't that wild?
Are here.
Wow, that's great.
And they're everything from a small, one-man band
mom
to
and
right
pop
up
stuff
to the
to-
INL, right? So
Right.
I think, recognizing that we are all hosting these really great events that have really great and positive messages, is just bringing the community together.
Right.
I think that is like probably the easiest and most simplest thing that we can do. And
We host a couple of big conferences here. We have the ladies' conference coming up, and then in April we have the men's conference. We have over 800 men that'll be on our campus, and we always try to have at least 3 or 4 local food trucks, to promote that, because we try to do that, to say, hey, it's not just all ingrown water spring stuff.
I love that, and I kind of use the analogy of linking arms. That we can disagree on lots of things, but we have a choice in front of us to kind of respect and understand that people will have different opinions and belief systems, but that shouldn't really stop us and have a barrier for us wanting to put our arm around them and link arms with them and actually create something strong together. You know?
Absolutely.
Well, that leads into a very important question.
Yeah,
Business number 801.
This is a very, very important question. So what's the chamber doing? How are you guys working together to get an In-N-Out burger in Idaho Falls?
We've locked the door. You're not getting out until we get an
we've
answer.
locked the door. So this is it.
The whole staff
there's
is outside
water and
this
there's
door.
food. So this could be a longer conversation. So
that's a really good question. I actually had someone mentioned to me yesterday. We need an In-N-Out and we need a Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Yes,
I hear
absolutely.
that every week.
Those are my only two issues
See,
with Idaho Falls.
I wanna
Our
throw-
wives would never leave town.
Just put them across the street from the church; they'll never close.
I want to add in one more to create the holy trinity of retail
Okay, because I've already
outlets,
sent some emails. So.
Okay, Cheesecake Factory for me is another one. I would love to see.
Factory.
I would love to see.
Come on.
I mean, that menu, just so many options.
If only we knew the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will answer it seriously though. That I mean, I do know that we have these corporations that come into the area,
Right.
and one of the things that we do is we show them around, and we kind of promote the area and say, like, here's why you should come here, and we kind of like do our best to pitch to them, and that's actually how the lab is here. That the INL, back in the 40s, it was the chamber that actually hosted the Atomic Energy Commission to come here.
There you go.
And we threw on a big party, rolled out the red carpet, and the reason that the lab here is because of some of that stuff.
Right.
And we still do that today.
So
See, in that whole, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The whole idea of the gateway to Yellowstone. I mean, that's kind of a big draw. But how did you rephrase it earlier?
Well, Idaho Falls is the destination. And
is the destination.
It is the destination.
Not Yellowstone, Idaho Falls.
Like, come here, live here, work here, but you can also play here. We've got so many great assets like available to us that we've been blessed with. And Yellowstone is, not that long of a drive from here.
It's like Gary or Ray Comfort always says, "You've heard of Australia? That's a little island off of New Zealand."
That's right.
Yellowstone, it's a little destination, not too far from Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to encourage people too. Yes, the election, it got a little weird. There were some things that came to my house and things, and it did have that real negative connotation. I just want to encourage everybody to everybody take a breath.
Yep.
And we're all working together for a common goal, which is to have a community that is loving, that is successful, that is that has a place for healthy families, healthy communities, healthy marriages.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons we have Michael Jr. and his wife coming in January for marriages, and so we have a lot of different things that are happening as a church. But the church is not the community. The church is part of our community, and that's why I love being part of our community and being involved in our community. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to have you in and be part of our program here. Listen, guys, we are out of time for today. Paul, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. It's always good to see you, by the way.
Thank you so very much.
And you've been, by the way, over the last, if you guys don't know this, over the last about 4 months, Paul's been a great research buddy with me because we were looking into some things and there were some hard questions that we had to get some people to answer.
Yeah.
And we actually let people know some things that were going on they weren't aware of.
Yeah.
And so Paul's a great research guy, because he looks at how people view things.
Yeah.
And that's part of your job. And so
it is,
we really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And to everybody's listening here, if you have comments or questions, Pastors Live at therev.fm, Pastors Live at therev.fm. You're loved, your family. God bless you. We'll talk to you on Friday.
You've been listening to Pastors Live, a Rev FM production podcast. Join us again for more Bible talk, laughter, and unexpected tangents. Questions or feedback? Pastors Live at therev.fm. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review.